Yes. Welcome everyone to the stream. As you can see by the title, it's no longer Kvaratskhelia season. No, it's Kvaratskhelia season no more. I know quite a few people were getting gassed about him. I was gassed about him, but never really had realistic expectations. I would say here with Hugh. LB did the morning stream today. Straight off the bat, were you ever in the Kvaratskhelia? Did you buy a ticket to the Kvaratskhelia train, or was you always just like, nah?
No, I was. I was on the train of Kvaratskhelia, but never to come to Manchester City. I never once thought for 1 second.
Riding his hype, innit? Like, because he is sick, but at the same time, like
he's a bad boy, man. He's a bad man, and he's going to go on to cause serious problems for teams in Europe now until 2028 by the looks of it, because he just signed his new deal at Napoli. But I never thought, I'm going to keep it real, I never thought for 1 second we would get near his signature. First of all, because the fees required and how, winger is not really a priority for us right now. Yes, we could do another winger, but it's not the main problem to address this summer. So I didn't think we'd go out and spend big dough on someone like Kvaratskhelia. And the big one is dealing with the mafioso, De Laurentiis. Dealing with Napoli was never going to be easy for us. He was going to make, if we were to go in for Kvaratskhelia, De Laurentiis would have made life as difficult as possible for us in that pursuit. He hates Man City, so I never thought for 1 second we were going to get him. I am surprised. I am a little bit surprised that he signed a new deal with Napoli with no release clause as well, because he's obviously sought after by everybody. Everyone would love to have this guy in their team, and he's just made it very difficult to get himself out of the club. Or maybe he just wants to be Maradona. He wants to be a Napoli legend.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he does just want to stay there. It is a weird one though, because I didn't see him sign the new contracts, but at the same time, I didn't think he would have come to City anyway. It's beyond belief in the chat there. It says the agent has spoken publicly about his dream to move to Real Madrid. That has been something that has been said quite a lot recently, and obviously though even that makes it hard. It's a difficult one, but I guess at least that Napoli will get cash. They will definitely get cash for Kvaratskhelia, which is. It's a shame, really, because I'd have loved him at City. I think he's mint. I genuinely think he's sick. But I am almost happy that this news has come out, because the amount of times that we'll have like a winger stream or we'll speak about wingers to join Manchester City, everyone just speaks about Kvaratskhelia. Everyone speaks about Kvaratskhelia when it's just no more. That's why I always say the approach if it's not happening. But they you know what I mean? And it's nice to get gassed about it, but it's nice to put this to bed.
Since we signed Haaland, we seem to have upped our expectations with transfers. We seem to believe we can go out and just start nabbing all the Galacticos in the world, or future Galacticos, and we'll just get them no problem. But I would have loved them, but I also said in a stream the other day that I have a bit of a fear, or I had a bit of a concern over getting him, and having watched him quite a bit now, he's very erratic. He's very free-flowing. He does what he wants. He controls the tempo. He controls what he does. He controls where he goes, who he takes on. It's all him. He's got free roaming of the pitch to do whatever the hell he wants. And that's what makes him excellent, because he's so efficient at doing so. If he was to come to Manchester City, he wouldn't be allowed to play like that. He wouldn't be allowed to play like that under Pep Guardiola. Pep would not allow him to go wherever he wants, to be risk-taking, to be, that really creative player. He'd definitely be allowed to do some of it, but Pep would definitely want to structure it and systemize it a lot more than what he does at Napoli. So would you be nullifying or hindering his overall game by bringing him to Manchester City and getting Pep Guardiola to say, no, you're not allowed to go here, you can't go there, do this every time you get the ball? Similar, I hate to say it, even though it's working now for Jack Grealish. We know what he does when he brings to the team, but it's similar. Jack Grealish had that exact same role in an Aston Villa team, whereby it all went through him. He could do what he wanted. He went right, he went left, he went through the middle. He did step overs. If he lost the ball, it was like, okay, that's just Jack. He'll get it and go again. At City, Kvaratskhelia, man, you wouldn't be allowed to do that. So I don't know. Is it a good thing? I mean, I see people in the chat giving you put a poll there for Matoma. I think Matoma is the most obvious candidate to fit into a system, if you like. I think he's the player that Pep could mold into what he wants the most. LB was right today. He said like Mahrez kind of thing, or like Grealish kind of thing again. Kvaratskhelia, I don't think he would have suited Manchester City. I don't think he would have suited Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, like I say, it's almost like you get the shackles on when you come to City if you're a winger and stuff. So it would be difficult. Now, I know this stream, it's tight about Kvaratskhelia. That's just because everyone gets gassed about Kvaratskhelia all the time. And as City fans, it's right to do that because we want the best players to be playing for our football club, regardless of whether we think they'll fit or not. We all kind of just want the best top talents here. Unfortunately, Kvaratskhelia ain't going to be that. Alternatives to Kvaratskhelia is something that I think that we should probably look at. And like I said, then Matoma is obviously a good start. There's loads of people in the chat saying get me Matoma, like Blue there. There's people before saying it's Matoma season, people getting on the Matoma hype train kind of situation. And there was news yesterday or the other day saying that we're City looking at the potential deal for Matoma, like looking around that. And that's smart from City if we do go in for a winger. But it's another one where I think Matoma's going to cost cash. One season in the Prem and he'll still cost cash.
Bro, we get roasted. Roasted.
That's Brighton's model, isn't it? They get players in, they smash it in the Prem for a season, and Brighton go, right, who wants this Donny? Because we'll put £80 million on him like that.
Nah, people seem to think it's just a straightforward case of we go down to a smaller club and say, give us your best player and we will pay whatever we want.
We'll give you £40 million and you will give us Matoma. And that ain't it.
Brighton move seriously. They don't take the piss when it comes to their players, and you have to give them all the credit for it. It's the reason why they've had the fortunes and successes they've had by their standards in recent years. I mean, look at it. Brighton Football Club are now en route to play at maybe Europa League, possibly Champions League, and if they do get one of those spaces or one of those spots, especially Champions League, they ain't parting ways with Matoma. They ain't parting ways with Caicedo, McAllister, any of these men for cheap. They're just not. They want to give themselves the best chance in European football, so they want these players in the squad. And they're saying, listen, the money we're missing out on from not selling these players, we're picking up anyway from UEFA for playing in European competition. Yeah. So they're chilling. They're not actually too pushed about the cash. So they'll say, right, if you want Matoma, come in and give us 90 M's. Give us 85, 90 M's. Yeah. That's the way they'll do it. And I don't think it's worth it. I just don't. I have my doubts about going to play for players to play for Brighton after seeing the likes of Cucurella and other ones too. They don't bang the way you think. They don't bang the way you think when they come to your club after Brighton. Maybe they're just fit playing for Brighton. But listen, I would say with Matoma though, if you could get him for a good price, yeah, I'm more than open to it. But I'm not getting roasted.
What do you reckon a good price for Matoma would be?
You won't get him for this price, but I'd pay 50 M's, man.
Yeah,
I'd pay 50 M's.
I had 50 million in my head. 50 mil with the way that the market is nowadays. I think if that was there, I think 50 mil would be.
But if you deep it, bro, I know the market's wild these days because of inflation. He's not even a £50 million player.
Nah,
he's not a £50 million footballer.
It's just a market in the bin.
Bro, back in the day, you paid 50 M's for like a proven Premier League talent. You know he's going to give you a good job. You know he's going to bring you goals. He's going to do the deal for you. Matoma's done one season, and yeah, he's been very, very good, but there's no guarantee that continues. There's no guarantee he transitions from the expectations of Brighton to the expectations of Manchester City, the expectations from De Zerbi to the expectations of Pep Guardiola easily. That's not easy. People don't do that easily. So you think you're going to get this flary Brighton Matoma and plot him into Pep Guardiola's system, and it's going to be the exact same thing, even bigger impact. I think you're thinking wrong. You're along the wrong lines.
Yeah, it is a mad one. Daniel Thompson in the chat says Cucurella was 60 plus. Yeah. Well, obviously, Anthony cost 90 mil. Yeah. Daniel again says he'd pay 65 to 70. I think a lot of people are around the 50 to 60 million pound mark, like Vinny there as well. It's just cash. It is just cash at this moment in time, and like I say, that's what we'd pay. And if Brighton are sat there, they're sat there happy, you know. They're sat there happy. Matoma's only been there a year. That's just what we pay. So that Brighton are sat there thinking, well, I say it'd be probably comfortable paying 50, 60, like 90 million. Because they don't want to lose him, and they don't need to. They don't need to. Like you say, if they get into Europe, one of the European competitions this year, they will make cash. They will get these. They'll try and keep these players unless you give them big cash. Because if they can get far in one of them competitions, they'll make money.
There's also a part of me thinks some of this is actually just good work from Brighton. Maybe City have no interest at all. Maybe they do. Maybe it's minimal. Brighton know that if they get agents or journalists to leak out that City are interested in Matoma, it just creates an even bigger bidding war for him. the auction becomes higher. People start paying more money. People start getting more interest. Oh, City are interested in Matoma. We should go in for Matoma because everyone knows how good City's recruitment team is and how good we are at scouting and bringing in players. So there could be a bit of that. There's always a bit of that involved in these transfers, man. It's never just as straightforward as City are interested, City are going to bid, City will get the deal done. There's loads of other things going on here. Brighton definitely have their own agendas. His agent does, he does. So think about it all.
Yeah, that's what it is. And like I say, it will be interesting to see if City are interested and do go for Matoma in the summer at any point. Like the way that we move nowadays is that City are very set on the way that we value players. We don't full send too high from what we value them. I think only one-offs, like maybe Jack Grealish, I think is a one-off. I think because he had that £100 million buyout. I think when you look at someone like Jude Bellingham, I think he will be a one-off. I feel like because obviously £125 million is cash. I mean, it's hard to value a player at £125 million. So I think they're the situation that we look at. Matoma, it depends how rinsed or how much they'll try and rinse us. God, what are you going to say something then with you? I was going
to say, I think the only player, I think we will get quite a few players in this summer, but the only one I think we'll spend crazy dough on is Jude Bellingham. I think he's the only one who will really step out. You know, when you talk about their City had their valuation on players and they're set on that, they're not going past that. I think the only person City will consider breaking that barrier for is Jude Bellingham. I think they will break that barrier for Jude Bellingham. But every other signing we do, City will set their valuation. If your club says we don't agree with that valuation, we'll walk.
Yeah, we expect that. Yeah, look at Kvaratskhelia, man. We wouldn't budge past 35 million. They wanted 60. We was like,
right, so, man. He wasn't above a 35 million pound player. I refuse to believe that, and he's still not. He might be 40, 45 now just because he plays for Chelsea. But he's had a horrid season. Look how that's turned out.
Yeah. Michael Mouton, yes, it's with a 55 Zar says Matoma is a true anime protagonist. Peep the Don's backstory. We need the plot armor. Yeah, the guy. Isn't it mad how the guy basically just binned off football to finish university?
Got to respect him, man.
Yeah. Like I think he got offered a professional contract, but just to leave university and that. I think this is it. Then he didn't take it. Finishes university, then still got a professional contract afterwards because he's sick.
There's quite a few players do that, man. Rodri finished a degree while playing for Man City.
Yeah, he did. It's wild though. Pretty mad from Matoma that to do that.
You have to rate it, man. You have to rate it. Like think about it. If I was a footballer earning 200k a week and I'm in the middle of my degree, I say, all right, cheers, uni. Like I'm clear now. I'm finished with you.
Dipping, man.
I'm done. I'm dipped. Yeah. I don't care about my degree at that point. I'm set for life. Yeah, I don't need you anymore. Delete my number.
Yeah, delete my number.
My new favourite phrase, man.
Yeah. I'd dip rapid, me. Not a chance I'd finish any study. I'd be like, yo, yeah, I'm out. So that's the Matoma talk. Obviously, we're looking at Kvaratskhelia alternatives for people that are just coming in thinking, why are we speaking about Matoma when it's a Kvaratskhelia stream? Leao is probably the most talked about other winger that we've been linked with. Another player that is going to cost you absolute cash. I seen people the other day saying that he's kind of fallen out of favour again at Milan. I've seen this guy a few times, yeah, but I've only seen him very minimal. And every time I've seen him, he ain't cooked. Now, I have people on Instagram who send me like highlight reels, innit? People on Instagram will message me and be like, nah, check this guy's a baller. And I look and I go, this is sick. But then every time I've watched a player, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just very undecided on Leao. And with the amount of cash that it's going to take to bring Leao to Man City, I think it'll be quite high.
Bro, you make a highlight reel from all your five-a-sides now over the next few weeks, and I will feel you should play for Man City. Anybody's highlight compilation, they're going to look sick.
I'm going to do it me. What we'll do is we won't tell LB, and then we'll be like, and then we'll get the chat to gas up this guy. We'll give me like a fake name like Criminez. We'll full send the Criminez hype, right? And what we'll do is we'll tell LB to watch this 4K highlights of this Donny from I don't know, Sweden.
Jorginho from Brazil.
Yeah. And then we use my five-a-side highlight reel and be like, look at him, he's sick.
Look at his vision, look at the way he reads the game. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. If anybody's highlight reel is gonna look sick, but people get gas up Leao, and I'm kind of with you, man. He don't move me. He don't move me. Is it just because he's a big name and he's like if his name was Keith, would he be that exciting? You know,
Keith. I'm gonna go
if his
sign
name
Keith
was
from Milan.
like Keith Davis, would everybody be gassing this guy up? I don't know. I mean, listen, I've seen his highlight reels. His highlight reels are pretty cold, but I'm the same as you. Whenever I've watched him play, he's either not starting or else he's doing fuck all when he's on the pitch. So
Yeah,
I don't know, do you want to go spend big M's on him? No.
It's such a weird one. Like I don't even know how to value the guy. Like, let me have a look at his thing here. His stats this season. Like, obviously, his stats don't tell a lot. That's why you want to pass the eye test, and that's why me and LB have watched him before because we want to be able to look at him to see if he passes the eye test. But it never really works out. James Perry there says 50 mil tops for Leao. Transfer markets have got him valued at 80 million euros. That is around the around the figure that's been reported as well. That around that kind of price. I think they'll probably want something like 100 million euro to be honest to get him out there. He's played 35 games. He's got 9 goals and 10 assists.
Blue says in the chat, Hugh, who do you actually want, bro? You say no to everyone except Jude. I want nobody but Jude. Get rid of everybody. Get rid of everybody but Jude.
Hugh's just happy, innit? You're content with everything. Just get Jude and you're good. Like, that's it. Yeah, your summer transfer window's done at that point. You're like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, no, listen, I want Jude the most out of everybody. But in terms of wingers, I want Gnabry. I would really like Sturridge Gnabry, and I think he's attainable. And I would love Leroy Sané back. I would really love that. I just had a chat last night, actually. I want to raise this to the chat because we're on an English football team's platform here. I went on a Bayern Munich channel last night to talk about our UCL tie with him. And I said, yo, tell me about Sadio Mane, you know, because he used to scare the shit out of me when he was at Liverpool.
Yeah, he seems to have dipped now that he's gone to...
This guy says Mane's a fraud. He goes, Mane's the worst signing they've made in the last 10 years. Apparently he don't start games. The Bayern fans don't rate him. I'm kind of thinking here for a sec, could we swoop in and get Sadio Mane on a cheeky little 1-2 year deal? Oh.
I mean, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I think they'll just allow the new manager in it. And to fair, he's played 28 games, got 11 goals and 5 assists. He's played 1,700 minutes. Yeah, as if he's thinking, as if Bayern fans don't like Mane. That's pretty much.
They call him something like off Sadio Mane. Penny's offside all the time or some shit. I don't know. They don't rate him, man. The Bayern fans think Mane is dead, and I couldn't believe. I was like, this guy. He was the main in the whole Premier League. He was the one that scared me the most when we were going. To that
he was wild at Liverpool, Mane.
Bro, he nearly killed Ederson one day. Like, he was a bad man. He was a serious operator. So to hear the Bayern fans don't like this guy at all and they want rid of him. Your man was saying, I'd sell him for 30 million. I was like, what? I'll pay 30 million. I'll get Man City to pay 30 million. Yeah. They got no problem.
Another winger. Obviously, Mane talk could be wild, but another winger.
You gas this up, man. Chat, get on this. Start spamming on Twitter.
Sadio, innit?
Yeah.
Hashtag
C-sign Mane. Yeah. C-sign Mane. Get it going.
What's the... Oh, yeah. Gnabry is another player. Obviously, plays for the same team as Sadio Mane, but someone that we've been linked with quite a lot, and someone that me and Lewis gassed up quite a lot last transfer window. Are you saying, do you reckon we could... would you take Gnabry at City?
He's top of my winger list. Other than C-sign Mane, Gnabry he's the one on top for me. If you look at his stats, they're unbelievable for someone who's not even in favour in the starting 11 for Bayern. He's versatile. He has experience in England. He's played at the highest level, Champions League, World Cup. I think he ticks all the boxes. He's only 27 years old as well. I want him more than I want Leao. I want him more than I want Matoma. And I think he'd be the cheapest of all three as well.
I think he'll be the cheapest of all three. I know he did sign a new deal last year. I know that is a thing, but if he's not happy with the minutes that he's getting, I really like the idea of signing Serge Gnabry. I think it'd be sick. It'd be so good. It'd be so good.
It just depends what Thomas Tuchel's plans are for him.
Yeah, that's it. You don't know what the situation is with Gnabry now because if they got a new manager, there'll be players that can get more game time in there and stuff like that, and he might be one of them. So he might just allow it and just be like, yo, I'll be chilling because he's got his new contract set anyway. So I feel like he might be a little bit difficult to get out, depending on what he wants from it. I think he'd have to want to leave to get out of Bayern, especially with that new deal.
The thing is, with all these wingers, all three of these wingers we've named, none of them are straightforward deals. None of them.
Everything has something about it where you're thinking, like Matoma, cash money. Leao, cash money. Gnabry, probably not as much cash money, but he's just signed the new contract, so it still will be cash. But at the same time, I feel like he might just want to stay anyway. Like it's hard, man. And I don't know if City are going to prioritise a winger. I don't know if we're going to prioritise that. I don't know how high up the list in our transfer market this year. Obviously, we're going to be looking at midfielders, like 2 midfielders who've gone on Bernardo leave. Obviously, Jude in there. I don't know, centre-back season because Laporte. If Laporte leaves, the cash that's just getting about in just them areas there is a lot. So I don't know how. Do you know what I mean? Wingers, we might just be like, right, if we're going to sign one, we're going to sign one who's quite cheap. I don't know.
This is what I'm saying, man. We're not. I don't think we are, and I don't think we should be desperate to get a winger. I think we would all like one who would offer something different on the wings. But when you think about it, we have Grealish, Mahrez, and Foden. At the very least, there are 3, in my opinion, world-class players. I know some people think differently about Grealish, and I think those 3 are absolutely top quality players who can cause any defense problems. Then you have Cole Palmer, who, he's not proven. He's still very raw. I wouldn't say throwing the towel on just yet, but that's still 4 wingers. You bring in another big hitter winger, like a Gnabry, like a Leao, who else? Matoma. You're then really struggling to offer some players game time. It's the same as the situation I said about Stones, Laporte, and Diaz. I felt it was inevitable one of them was going to want to leave because the reality in holding on to 4 or 3 or 4 world-class centre-halves is slim to nothing because they want to be playing football. So if you get in Gnabry and you tell him you're competing against Grealish, Mahrez, and Foden all the time for position, it's probably not the most appealing. My thing is, I want to say shout out to Asan from 9320 Pod.
Yeah.
I follow him on Twitter. I like his takes on our transfer dealings. They're usually very, very good, I think. And he says the best point was our transfers everywhere outside of the midfield area hinges on the Jude Bellingham deal. Because if we go and get Jude Bellingham for big cash, we're not going to go and blow big cash on a big dog winger. If we don't get Jude Bellingham and we have to settle for a slightly cheaper midfielder, you might see the bandwidth expand a bit more, and the budget will push it out further for a big dog winger. So it all, to go back to Blue, I know he doesn't like me talking about Bellingham all the time, but it does hinge. Everything hinges on Bellingham. He is the main component for us this summer.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I do think you're right. Professor with 1 month says, "Hey Jude, please snub Liverpool because their medical records are just so tragic." I feel like I've butchered that. I feel like there's a song in there. He put song notes. Is he just singing the Hey Jude song, but like with his own words?
It bad. Take this sad song. That's the one.
Yeah, he's full sending his own song, isn't it? Man's giving us his own lyrics. Yes, off my professor. I appreciate the 1 month. Am I with a 2? With the 2 twos now. He sent 2 super chats for £2.
2 twos, yeah.
He said, "Nonto, absolutely." Is it Nonto? Is that how you say it? Is it like a silent G, like Nonto, like gnocchi?
Yeah, Nonto.
Nonto, absolute baller at 19. Could sign him for £30 million.
Nah, he don't move me. I've watched him. I watched him play for Italy. He plays for Italy, I'm pretty sure. I watched him the other night, and I watched him for Leeds a few times. He reminds me a little bit, and I might get cooked in the chat for this, of Saint Maximin. Very chaotic, can cause a lot of problems, but I just don't know. I don't know if he has the technical ability to play for Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him play. I probably have seen him play, but I've never actually noticed that I've been watching the guy play. I've never gone out of my way to actually watch the guy. So I do see a lot of people though saying he's a baller. So
maybe he is. I just haven't seen enough of him, but he hasn't moved me.
I see quite a lot of people in our chats speak about him, but then we speak
watching then.
Everyone, isn't it? So yes, I appreciate the super chat in it. Nonto balled out against us, did it? A lot of people, I don't know, innit? I can't remember.
just shows how seriously we watch our games.
Yeah. My brain in some of the games just like fucking dips.
People said, who's your dream winger signing? My dream winger signing for Manchester City. It's not Mbappe. Vinicius. Vinicius. I would do anything for Vinny Jr. in this team. He would absolutely destroy the Premier League with Erling Haaland and maybe Jude behind him, a little bit of Kev De Bruyne. Like, that would be outrageous.
Vinicius would be unreal. Swidget, mate, I seen you chat like 10 times, innit? And you spammed it about 50 times, innit? Like, bro, you don't need to do that. I seen it, bro. I'm putting my time out, innit? Man's getting dusted.
Oh, boy.
Straight in the bin. See you on the next stream. Man's moving mad. He's so pressed.
Here, let me ask the chat, man. Let's have a bit of a conversation with the chat. Who is your dream winger signing?
Who's the dream?
I said Vinicius. Who's yours?
Vinny Jr. is the one. He is the one right now. He's out and out. The one. I think every team in the world would want Vinicius.
Can you check his thing on Transfer Mark? Like, what's his valuation? How long is left on his contract? Just out of pure, I know it's never happening, but out of pure curiosity, what would it take to get Vinny out of Real Madrid? I know he's kind of the star boy there right now.
He's Transfer Marks, and obviously Transfer Marks is quite like known for being a bit low as well. His Transfer Marks is 120 million. This season, let's have a look at what his stats are this year. This season he played 41 games. He's got 19 goals, 11 assists. Man's got 12 yellow cards. That's mad. But we all know the guy is absolute baller mode. He's an absolute baller.
I'm seeing a couple of shouts for Bukayo Saka as well.
Saka's good. Sick. Saka's good. I think he'd be very good at City as well. But it's just unfortunate that it ain't happening.
Who's yours? Who'd you say yours was?
I'd go with Vinicius. I think Vinicius is top. Like, dream is in like, and then if I go dream realistic mode, this ain't even realistic, but if I could just have like, say, a player back that's playing right now, Leroy Sané would be nice. I think that'd be quite funny to have that. But dream wise, Vinicius, I think it is clear. I think that just has to be it. Saka's good though. Saka is mint.
Sam Martin says Rashford. That's a wild one.
Rashford is mint. I mean, I think Rashford is very, very good, and I think he would have been sick at City, but obviously, that's never happening again.
Can you imagine the meltdown if in a mad world, City went and signed Rashford from Man United this summer?
Tevez too, innit?
He couldn't walk around the streets. Like he'd have to live outside Manchester.
Nah, bro, imagine, yeah, that ain't happening. But yeah, Rashford is quality. Tevez was quality as well. If I could have Tevez back, I'd have Tevez back in a heartbeat, man.
Tevez carried us for a long time.
Yeah, he was so sick. Even when he came back after his golf hiatus, guys just started whipping in goals straight away and helped us win the league.
Yeah, man.
Guy was sick. Adama Traore. Oh, say on a real, right? Is it on a real? I'm laughing before I even say the sentence. On a real, right? If we blow the budget on Jude and a centre back, yeah. So say like we get Jude. We get Gvardiol because I don't even know if we can get Gvardiol anymore. There's rumours that like they don't want to sell him at all this year. Even £100 million will not do that. So say that basically we're strapped for cash, yeah? We're strapped for cash.
Don't ask, Jordan. No.
Would you just take Adama Traore on a cheap? Or Wilfried Zaha for free?
Yeah, Zaha for a free. Yeah, 100%. 100% Zaha.
Zaha on a free is a mad one. Also, isn't Dembele free this year? Or does he have another year?
Is Zaha free this summer?
Zaha's free this summer.
Yo.
Which is mad, isn't it? Let me double check that.
Arsenal should go and get him, you know that, for depth.
Yeah, his contract expires in June.
He's an Arsenal fan as well.
What do you mean Arsenal should get? What about us getting him for depth?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Pep would take him because of his personality.
The ego, innit? Like, bro, man goes into the... do you know, like Champions League final vibes when, like, no one really said anything about Pep, but everyone did kind of say about Pep. It's like Zaha would just go into that interview after the match and just be like, Pep fucked us because he didn't play at CDM. Like, that's Zaha vibes. That's what he would do.
He ain't a Pep Guardiola personality.
Ousmane Dembele, his contract ends... Oh, it's next year. So he's only got a year left on his contract now. Ousmane Dembele, if people wanted to go
Is he
for
not
him.
bearing?
The guy's made of absolute pure biscuits. The guy is literally like the thinnest of wafer thin biscuits. I don't even know what that is. Rich tea? Rich tea are pretty shit, aren't they?
Depends what your preference is, really.
Nah, preference, chocolate hobnob in a cup of tea. Oh, that is king. That.
I don't drink tea, but I do like a chocolate hot knob.
Yeah, in a cup of tea or a coffee, chocolate hobnob straight in. The guy's got 2 pages of histories, the injury histories since 2017-18. Oh my god, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 injuries. He's missed a lot of football. Guy's missed years, by the way.
Nah,
he's missed a solid year and a half being injured. Like, guys, but I mean, if he's a backup,
nah. If he's breaking up like that in Spain, the Premier League ain't for you, boy.
oh yeah, true. If he gets snapped in the Prem, yeah.
Dennis says, Kolo Muani. Have you seen this guy for Eintracht Frankfurt?
Oh yeah. There's loads of hype surrounding this guy. There's loads of.
They're
hype.
saying 100 M's at least.
Oh, that's that in the bin. No thanks.
Nah.
No thanks. I can't. He might be sick in it, but I can't. He's a striker. People saying he's more of a striker. Okay, but yeah, nah. That's cash money. That he might be sick though. Diaby, right? We'll speak about Diaby for the last one. Innit? We can't just reel off wingers for the rest of time. Diaby. Moussa Diaby, the guys at Leverkusen right now, valued on transfer market to 50 million P's. He's contracted until 2025, so he's still got decent time in his contract right now. As if he was at Paris Saint-Germain. I didn't know that. They signed him from Paris Saint-Germain. I didn't know. This guy apparently cooks up something special.
Right.
35 games, 12 goals, 7 assists. Can play
35 games, 12 goals, 7 assists.
Yeah.
The Bundesliga.
Yeah. Can play left wing, can play right wing. Apparently he's meant to be good.
See, Patrick Berger's given an update here on Bellingham, according to Zohib. Jude Bellingham's decision is imminent. Dortmund will meet the player's entourage in April. The exact date is expected to be around the 2nd week of April.
There you go. Set your dates. 2nd week of April.
And you'll get it live right here from us.
Right here from us. Make sure you subscribe and that, innit? Imminent, man said. Man said imminent. That reminds me of just the Haaland saga, that, you know, the whole imminent FC, like everything was that.
Man. I'm convinced he's coming to City. I know it. I feel it.
Beyond beliefs, his deadline.
You know when I tell you when we're playing pro clubs that I have a good feeling, and it usually works out well.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling.
Yeah, I like that. Deadline for what? Deadline for his decision.
Yeah, apparently they're going to force a decision out of him or something in the start of April, which makes sense because they're planning for the future, Dortmund. Like they don't want to be waiting.
They need to know what they're doing going to the transfer market.
Because at least if they know, right, he's going, if they know this in the 2nd week of April, they can be like, right, that's 120 M's guaranteed at least for us to play around with in the summer, and they can start planning what they want to do with that. So I don't blame them, and I think it's similar, isn't it, to Haaland last year? They wanted to get an answer out of him as soon as possible so they could start planning for life without him, and they went and got that Patrick Haller guy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sebastian Haller.
Sorry, Sebastian Haller, isn't it?
Yeah, they got Haller in, didn't they? Right. Oh, Pep mentions Arsenal try to sign Diaby again this summer, but why? They've got Martinez but then I guess it's strength and depth in it. Right, I'm gonna throw out a poll on it before we finish. I'll put 3 players on it. Which winger do you prefer, Leao, Matoma, or Diaby? I think they're the only real ones that I think City could get. And even when I say could get, I think it's a stretch. Wait, we'll add another one on the end of it. Hang on. Here we go. This is what you need. Right, okay. So there's your poll. Let us know in it. What do you want? You want Leao, Matoma, Diaby, or Buff Daddy? You know what I mean? Y'all sleeping on Buff Daddy. You He might.
If we sign Buff Daddy, Q Life Sport LB.
yeah. I need to get that on here so we can press it and then just live what I'll be breathing. Yeah. What is just out of curiosity for Buff Daddy? Man, right? Check these stats, mate. Who doesn't want this, Donny? He's sick. He's played 31 games this year, and man's got 3 goals and assist and 1 assist. What a stat, man. What a stat, man. The guy is pure beef. Beefcake. Am I right? No. He also read.
He could come in and be the gym trainer for the first team if he wants the PT.
Get everyone absolutely jacked.
Yeah, man. Do the Bayern Munich steroids.
So, hey, we must be the baby oil Dan James.
Yeah, wrong, man.
Yeah, and the RSS Adama can get oil from us, not gonna lie. Right. He's a waste of an option in your poll, to be honest, Mib says. He is a waste of an option. There was just 1 space left. I only actually took the first 3 seriously, innit? But then I had a space left, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll throw Buff Daddy in there. There's 137 votes, I think. It's very close, by the way, between Leao and Matoma, and I think that's kind of where fans are at as well. Diaby's only on 10%. Adama Traore's got more votes than Diaby, so that's where that kind of lies. I think it'll be close between Leao and Matoma. I think that's the way that people run into this transfer window now. It was Kvaratskhelia kind of leading the race the whole way until today. That got put in the bin. Joe Webb, yes, it's Joe with a 5. Sorry, mate, I was tabbed out of this window. With a 5 says Vinny is the scariest player to face in football today, apart from Erling. Mbappe could be silenced if he's isolated. Vinicius Junior is honestly incredible.
Yeah,
he's honestly unreal, like scarily unreal.
Yeah. He's if we get past Bayern in this time now and play Real Madrid, I'm looking at him and saying he's the danger man. You need fit Kyle Walker for that.
Yeah, you do definitely.
Big time, man. Big time. Yeah, Vinny's sick, man. Vinny's sick. Unfortunately, we'll probably never ever see him play for Manchester City, but you know what? We can dream.
Harsh, this is Harsh, thank you, mate, with a 6 says Antonio Nusa. Keep an eye on him, guys. He is fire. He plays for Club Bruges.
Who?
Hang on, let me have a look. I'm going to transfer mark him. Antonio Nusa. 17 years old, I think. I don't know. He's not 17 years old. I'm chatting shit. Oh, no, he is 17 years old. I'm not chatting shit. Reverse that. Yeah, so that's the situation with him. Well, I'll keep an eye out for him. If we ever see Club Bruges playing that, I'm like, oh, yeah, Harsh, thank you mentioned this, Donny. Apparently, he's going to be sick. By the way, the winger, Paul, Leao is on 38% and Mitoma's on 38%. Y'all are mad, innit?
Can't separate them. You can't separate them, man.
If you had to pick one of the 2 right now, Hugh, who you pick him?
Matoma.
Yeah, I agree. I'd just pick Matoma, man.
If
I had a choice of 2, yeah, I've seen more from Matoma when I've watched him play than what I've seen of Leao when I've watched Leao play. That's the only way that I can sway my vote is by what I've seen. So yeah, I'd full set Matoma.
He's also somewhat Premier League proven to an extent, even though it's his first season. Like, at least he can perform against the likes of Liverpool and big teams in the Premier League. There's no guarantee Leao could. So I don't know. Yeah,
that's very true. That is very true.
Don't sleep on the greasy winger, people. Buff Daddy's on 11%.
Yeah, you know what? They are sleeping because now Diaby's taking over Buff Daddy. People are like, yo, we can't be having this. But yeah, that's
City might actually see this.
I don't see, look at, yeah. What are you doing, mate?
Cheeky's there reading the song going, Buff Daddy.
What is a Buff Daddy?
Type into Google, what is a Buff Daddy?
Yeah, what is a who is Buff Daddy and who does he play for? Wait, if I had said Buff Daddy footballer. No, it comes up. Bro, if you type in on Google, yeah, Buff Daddy footballer, it comes up with Akinfenwa. And Adama Traore is there as the second thing. If you type in Buff Daddy footballer on Google, Adama Traore comes up. So I'm not wrong when I call him Buff Daddy. Man's buff, innit? Akinfenwa and Adama Traore both there. on the search results, which is mad. Anyway, that's your winger talk for today. Do you know what I mean? Like for this stream, just to wind it back. Kvaratskhelia, we never had a chance to come in City anyway because we won't do a Napoli. Still doesn't have a chance, and even more so not a chance to come in City because he has a new contract, and he'll probably be staying at Napoli for at least another couple of years. I'd say maybe like another 2 years, or maybe it's just a ploy to get Real Madrid to pay big cash if they wanna go and sign him.
There's a part of me thinks he's made a good decision there, you know. He's only, 21 years old, and he's probably saying, I'm developing lovely at Napoli right now. I still have plenty. I can go to Real Madrid when I'm 26, 27, which he will be that when his contract expires, and he's a more finished product. So for him personally, he's probably saying, this is a great decision. Why would you leave somewhere where you're developing nicely? You're playing Champions League knockout rounds. You're top of Serie A. The fans love you. You're called Maradona, for God's sake. That's the highest honor you can get.
That is true. That is true.
Best of luck to him.
Yeah, I agree. Right, there'll be a stream at 7 p.m. The Avengers stream is coming back. I think it's 7 p.m. I'm pretty sure it is. So 7 p.m. Dial yourselves in, get your notification bells turned on. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. But yeah, Avengers stream will be back later on. We'll get scheduled. I'm not sure who's on it yet. I'm gonna ask Lewis in a minute. Do you know who's on it?
I think. I want to say, don't quote me on this, people, in case you feel let down. I think Big Steve's on it. I know Daps is on it, so he's always good. Mull, I think Lewis was going to text, and I think he might have been going to say he was going to ask Martin as well. I'll be there. I'll be there as well. Yeah. You want to see more of me chatting shit, so it's always a good one.
Yeah, so go watch the Avengers Assemble later on in it. Yeah, right. Appreciate yours, and see you in a bit.
In a bit.